Alright, let's do a practice clearance. 526 Delta Sierra, cleared to Wilkes County Airport. As filed, climb maintain 2,000, expect 5,000 after 10 minutes. Contact departure on 123.4, squawk 1234.
Hey, cleared, direct to Wilkes?
Cleared to Wilkes, but not direct.
Okay.
Right, as filed. Which in your case is direct, but as filed.
Okay, got it. 2,000, expect 5,000 after 10 minutes. Contact approach 123.4, squawk 1234.
Okay, good. All right, today I'm flying with Jess. We're working on basically a mock instrument check ride. She has a check ride scheduled for next week.
Check your controls.
Okay. Brakes are good. She's made one other appearance on the channel in the past, but we didn't show her face because I think she was witness protection or something, but evidently she's got that all cleared up.
Wait a minute, this is the first time we've flown together.
Yeah, right. We flew together. I did all her private. Now we're at the instrument. So for those of you who aren't pilots or haven't gone through a check ride yet, to get to that point, for whatever certificate you're looking for, there's a list of requirements, flight-wise, hours you need, cross countries, things like that. First, you have to satisfy that. Then you have to take a written test and try to do as well as you can on that, because every question you get wrong on the written test will come back at you in the check ride. They have to cover all that, so the more you get wrong, the longer it takes. Once you've got those two things out of the way, you have all your minimums done, then you have to convince your CFI that you are ready to go. Just because you have the minimums done doesn't mean you're actually ready to take the check ride. And this CFI student pilot thing, we're a team. She passes and does well, it goes on both our records. If she fails, it goes on both our records. So CFI is not going to sign you off if they don't think you're ready to go. Well, I think the instrument check ride is one of the easier ones. There's really no maneuvers involved. It's generally 3 approaches, 3 different approaches. They'll probably do a partial panel where some of your instruments are blocked off, and maybe some unusual attitudes with the foggles on. So we got, after Jess got all her requirements, minimum requirements done, and I think you're going to be good for the test, we had to go to the IACRA website, which is the FAA's pilot airman web. I don't know what IACRA stands for off the top of my head. She filled out some forms, sent them to me, I checked them, and then sometimes there's back and forth to get everybody happy with it, then we sign off on that, or I signed off on it. And lastly, so we have to send all that to the examiner, the DPE, and the last thing we have to do is also show the examiner that that plane is airworthy, I'm sorry, I got lost there. So we have to run down that Aviate checklist to make sure that we can show him in the logbook, the maintenance logbook, that everything is current on the plane. So it's quite a package of stuff you have to send in before you even get to go to the test. Hey, 526 Delta Sierra, clear for takeoff 10, climb maintain 2,000, fly runway heading.
Climb maintain 2,000, off runway 10, climb maintain runway heading. Maintain runway heading. Okay. Totally messed that up.
Try that one again. 526 Delta Sierra, clear for takeoff 10, climb maintain 2,000, fly runway heading.
Clear for takeoff 10, climb maintain 2,000, maintain runway heading.
High runway heading. Okay, you got the basics.
Fine.
You got the 526 Delta Sierra. You been drinking this morning, or?
Altitude.
526 Delta Sierra, contact departure 123.4.
Contact departure 123.4.
I'm departure also. I'm tower departure. I'm all of ATC. Okay.
One-stop shop.
Yep, so give me a call.
Early departure. Diamond 526 Delta Sierra, 1,500, climbing 2,000.
526 Delta Sierra, climb maintain 5,000 when crossing 2,000, direct tapery. Hey, why don't you autopilot up and foggle up? And for those of you who are thinking autopilot is cheating, it is actually not. And she will be required to demonstrate its use during her check ride. Any equipment that's in the plane, she has to show that she knows how to use. Especially in an instrument flight, autopilot's your best friend. It takes care of a lot of things while you're briefing approaches. I even use it to fly a lot of approaches in real IMC as much as possible. This is an older style autopilot, the Cap 140.
Altitude.
And it doesn't know what our airspeed is. Some autopilots will climb at a set airspeed. This one does not. So if you set the vertical speed you want to climb at, and it will do its best to maintain that even if it bleeds all your speed off.
Yeah, I adjusted it to 400.
So it could put you into a stall if you don't monitor. We're not that high, it shouldn't be a problem, but it is something to be cognizant of with this older style of autopilot. Put in 600-700 feet a minute, no matter how high you are, if the plane can't do it, she's gonna keep trying.
Trim in motion.
Okay.
526 Delta Sierra, 6 miles from Happery, cleared direct Happery, cleared for the ILS 1 at, oh, sorry, wait a minute, I messed that up.
Inbound, 45, downwind, runway 5.
526 Delta Sierra, 5 miles from Happery,
Traffic 15 Delta is taking a E20.
526 Delta Sierra, 5 miles from Happery, maintain 5,000 till established on the approach, cleared cleared localizer 1, Wilkes.
Alright.
I knew it was coming, I had to start 3 times.
Fine. Clear direct Happery and maintain at or above.
Not at or
Maintain
above.
5,000
Maintain
till established on the approach. Clear for localizer runway.
Right, that's correct.
Probably not better at radio calls than this.
Now, an instrument flying, that's the mouthful that you always know you're going to get whenever you're approaching an approach. They're going to throw all that at you.
I think I would get it after you said it tried to say it 3 times.
Yeah, I gave you a kind of a preview. All right, you're configured. What's the last thing in the configuration?
So to do prop and mixture.
But beyond that. About the runway lights. And I know you're not really using it now, but just for when you have to do partial penalty, you can see how your track and desire tracker, well now they're dead on because you're on. Never got a big difference in those.
Like traffic, Stanley 92815, 5 mile final, RNAV 01, low approach only.
Well, okay, traffic 9526 Delta Sierra 5 south, practicing at the localizer Zulu runway 1, approach with the circle to Atlanta 19, Wilkes.
Blue Ridge traffic, Skylane 6109er Bravo,
Okay,
9 miles
runway in sight.
to the southwest, 3500, Blue Ridge.
Still want me to get to minimums?
No.
I can stay here now?
As soon as you, because the pattern here is 2300. So as soon as you get runway in sight, just stay at that altitude. The only reason I would go to minimums if there was still some hazy cloudiness that you thought you might lose the runway. But if you feel confident you can see the runway at the altitude you're at, I would stay there.
Okay.
Go ahead and do your flaps just like you normally would.
Blue Ridge traffic,
Alright, so at this altitude you'd probably have to put a little slip in there, right? To get down. I mean, she might come down on you. Oh, though, we just lost sight of the runway.
Minimum.
Okay, going to 1740.
Alright, and we have to stay. We have mountains all around us, so we need to get to our 1740 before we leave the runway environment.
It's a good thing we're practicing.
Alright, now. What's going on with the autopilot?
Autopilot.
Autopilot wasn't even on, was it? Autopilot automatic trim is failed. Okay, I'm not.
I was planning to put it in there, was to tell it to do that.
It wasn't there. All right.
Bravo, Blue Ridge.
So we're going to reset it. I thought that approach was fine. A couple times you had to descend a little faster than normal, but you caught that you were high. You fixed it.
Yeah, but I busted through the minimum, so
You did bust the minimums one time that I saw. And it was the same as other times. I think you got a little distracted on something else for a second, and she just went. Okay. So now, either I know you got to fly that, but you also need to think about trying to brief a little bit. really since we just flew it, and now you're going to have a glide slope, your biggest thing is
A missed procedure.
missed approach, right, which is identical to what we just did. And hey, say you were going to switch to an RNAV and you needed more time to do that. You can request that ATC leave you in the hold for a turn or two.
Okay.
So you have time to get all that set up and everything. Uh-oh. That dreaded avionics failure came back.
Wilkes County traffic, Diamond 526 Delta Sierra 3 to the south, practicing ILS, runway 1, Wilkes.
Okay, field is in sight. Let's do a touch and go, or a full stop, either one, your choice. A little high, let her come down a little bit. Okay.
Did not slam the nose wheel.
No, you did. You hit a little hard just because you were a little high.
That wasn't bad.
Wasn't terrible.
I was like, I'm not letting the nose wheel touch.
Oh, kept the nose wheel up, and we're actually on center line. Cool. And we'll set up for RNAV 10.
Okay.
And while we're doing that, we can do our QR check, because we'll be
Okay.
headed right towards Barrett's Mountain.
Okay.
Okay. That one was good. There was some overcorrection, but it wasn't out of control. And I understand you were partial panel, so I was fine with all that. I couldn't see the glide slope all the time, but it seems like you were pretty much on.
I was
So,
trying
yeah.
to read it to you as much as I could.
Okay, so I think you got these down up here. Hopefully you have these kind of conditions too. Oh, maybe tune in Charlotte. What if we can pick up Charlotte from out here? Try 115.0.
115.0.
Yeah. It may be too far away.
There we go.
Okay, so now you're up to hand fly.
Autopilot.
Okay, change your CDI to that one. Okay, now use your course button to get a 2 radial. Triangle button.
I messed up mine. Dang it.
Okay,
Okay.
that's at 169.
Yep.
There, all right, 168. Now switch your CDI. I do the same thing. Go until you get a 2.
Oh.
And 168. So we had 0 deviation.
Okay,
There you go. So
Got it.
we'll just have to fill it out, the time, her name, I think, and the variation. And we use the Charlotte VOR. Okay. All right, let's fly this RNAV back into Statesville. That ought to put us right in there on time.
Okay, let me switch back over. Switch everything over to try and figure him out. Statesville traffic, Diamond 526 Delta Sierra 5 to the west, practicing the RNAV 10, Statesville.
Okay, we're a little behind on the configuration, but you got caught up. What else do we need?
Lights.
Okay. All right, let's go field in sight.
Okay. Alright, when it says 4 reds, what do I do about that?
Just level her off, just like on a visual. Well, it is a visual approach now. Just let high level to get back in the glide slope. Start your configuration, slowing her down, getting all your stuff done.
If I slow her down though, I may not be able to stay level.
Pretty well. You can fly level at 75 knots, can't you?
Minimum.
Come down a little more. Right there. Nose was skosh left, but you didn't have that drop. Did you let her come down? Good.
7591 uniform, lining up to wait, runway 10, Statesville.
I don't think I did terrible today, but I need to make sure I don't bust in middle.